Pakistan has many great minds and intelligent people born out of the country, and although Pakistan was established in the year 1947, it has such a rich history of science and culture. So welcome back guys to FTD Facts. My name is Leroy Kenton, and here are 10 surprising Pakistani discoveries and inventions. Now some of them are very mind-blowing, so you gotta make sure that you watch all the way down to number 1 so you don't miss any of them. I'm telling you, this episode is fire. It's lit. Starting off at number 10, we have the pleuroperitoneal shunt. Syed Amjad Hussain, who's a doctor from Peshawar, invented the pleuroperitoneal shunt. Now this is a surgically implanted catheter, and it transports fluid from the pleural space. The pleural space is the thin fluid, filled space between the two membranes of your lungs. The fluid then goes into the peritoneal cavity in the lungs where it's absorbed, relieving breathlessness in patients, and this is used to treat pleural infusions that happen to people with certain kinds of cancers in their chest. Syed Hussain also invented a special endotracheal tube to supply oxygen during fiber optic bronchoscopy in patients who are awake. Number 9 is non-explosive fertilizer. So back in the year 2013, a Pakistani firm invented a new formula to make fertilizers that cannot be converted into bomb-making material. The firm Fatima Fertilizer had succeeded in making non-lethal alternatives to ammonium nitrate, which is a key ingredient in the fertilizers it makes. Previously, fertilizers with ammonium nitrate could be made into some type of explosive. Now the Fatima group had come under fire before when it was found that the ingredients from their factory were being used to make certain explosive devices. But good on them for making non-lethal alternatives now. Next up is the Segarvina instrument. The Segarvina is a string instrument designed for use in classical music, and it was developed entirely in Pakistan over the last 40 years at the Sanjanagar Institute in Lahore by Raza Qasim. This instrument here is a little bulky one, and the strings attached to two big round shells. It's traditionally kept on the floor and played sitting down, and it has been made famous in recent times by people like Noor Zira, who is the daughter of Raza Qasim. The brain virus comes at number 7. This is a boot sector computer virus, and it was dubbed Brain. And it was one of the first computer viruses ever made in history. It was created back in 1986 by the Farooq Alvi brothers in Lahore, Pakistan. And it was reportedly made to deter unauthorized copying of software that they had written. So the virus came complete with the brothers' address and 3 phone numbers, as well as a message that told the users that their machine was actually infected and that they should call any one of these numbers to help remove the virus. The program was originally used to track a heart monitoring program for IBM PC, and people were distributing illegal copies of the disks. Now this tracking program was supposed to stop and track illegal copies of the disk. Next up is hydropowered generator. Rehan Aziz Farooqi, he's an engineer from SWAT, and he invented a generator that can not only run on water, but it can also allow any engine, whether it's diesel, gas, or petrol, to run on water as well. This generator works by separating the hydrogen and oxygen found in water and converting them into viable energy sources. Next up is the Umayya Reservoir. Now this thing is named after the Pakistani neurosurgeon by the name of Ayub K. Umayya. And the Umayya Reservoir is a system that allows doctors to suck out cerebrospinal fluid or inject drugs into the brain of a patient. Now it's used to treat brain tumors as well as leukemia. In the case of a terminal cancer patient, it also allows doctors to inject morphine into their system so they can feel some relief from their pain that they're experiencing. Now let's look at the brain silicon chip connection. Dr. Naweed Syed, who is a biochemical engineer and faculty of the University of Calgary, he became the first scientist to connect brain cells to a silicon chip. Now this discovery is a major step in the research of integrating computers with human brains to help people control artificial limbs, as well as monitoring people's vital signs and correct memory loss or impaired vision. Kind of creepy, feels like we're living in the future, but hey, this is how science is going. I don't know how I feel about this, but it's still pretty cool anyways. We got 3 more left. Next up is the HDI, and that stands for the Human Development Index. Now this was devised by a Pakistani economist named Mahbub ul Haq in the year 1990 and had the explicit purpose to shift the focus of development economics from national income accounting to people-centered policies. This means that the HDI was meant to focus on the health, education, as well as the living standards of areas to measure human development, not the amount of income. A country scores higher HDI when the lifespan is higher, the education level is higher, as well as the GDP per capita is higher. Number 2 is human waste to biological minerals. So this one's pretty cool. So for many third world countries, the risk of contracting deadly diseases due to poor sanitation is a huge problem. So in an attempt to fix this problem, a team headed by Professor Sohail Khan, who's a Pakistani researcher, they designed a clever laboratory that transforms human waste into biological charcoal and minerals. And the final Pakistani discovery and invention I want to look at is the SMB probe. Since its creation, nuclear power has created multiple disasters all around the globe. Just check your history books. Now, in an attempt to counteract this problem, Sultan Basharuddin Mahmud, he created the SMB probe, which is thought to reduce the chance of nuclear disaster by a significant amount. The SMB probe's job is to keep power plant operations under control and check whether they are any sort of heavy water leakages, thereby reducing the possibilities of any kind of accident. Alright guys, so that's it for this episode. I know we made it to the end so quickly, right? It feels like I just started. Now if you enjoyed this one, make sure to leave a like on it, and also let me know your thoughts and comments down below. To check out another video like this, here's an annotation right here. You can tap by my head, it'll take you to it so you can keep on learning. My social media links are also below in the video description section. Follow me, shoot me a message over there, and I'll reply to you as quickly as possible. Other than that, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified of our daily episodes, and you guys have been awesome. So until the next video, stay awesome, stay educated, and I'll see you soon.